great work that Commissar Thembimsane is doing, particularly in the Department of Water, and obviously the challenges that exist in terms of financial constraints that hinder some of the things that we need to do in terms of ensuring that there is stability of water supply in the city of Ekurhuleni. As well in terms of communication, which was something we would have attributed towards the state of the city addressing itself, and to say that we've got a problem with communication and brand management. People don't know Ekurhuleni. I mean, you fly out from Durban, you come into the city of Ekurhuleni, even the pilot says, "Welcome to Joburg." So it's a serious concern for us. And something that he would have obviously touched on. We spoke about human settlement and the allocation of housing, and as well as community services that have actually increased, the allocation of libraries, the opening of stadiums, but there was a lot of things that could not be attributed particularly to departments that are commanded by the ANC. We have a state of lawlessness. We don't have an MMC of community safety. We must just agree. We no longer have a department of EMPD because the political head is absolutely rotten. And for you to correct that, you would have to remove the MMC of community safety, because she has literally failed not only her own staff component, but also the society out there. The gender-based violence has increased. By-law enforcement is not there. The visibility of the EMPD is not there. He spoke of potholes. When the EFF, when he started speaking, we silently protested against potholes by just upholding placards. He did not want to see it because he understands and he knows the pain of the potholes, but there are ANC potholes. There are ANC swimming pools on our roads, And that is a grave concern, even for us. So as the EFF, forming part of co-governance in the city of Ekurhuleni, we cannot remove our voice and the voice of society in articulating the matters, because this is the year of the picket lines. And the picket lines are not only in the streets, the picket lines are not only when we do marches. Council gives us an opportunity to reinforce the view that this is the year of the picket lines, and the council itself remains a picket line on its own.
And then, Mr. Dunga, I don't know if I might have missed that answer, or the question. If you checked who Donald Trump has nominated an ambassador, how is that going to assist South Africa? Or do you think this is the first indlela yokuthi siyempumelelweni and fixing this conflict between us and the USA?
Well, look, there are diplomatic relations that must always be upheld and must never be undermined. The sovereignty of the country must never at any point be undermined by one person or the other, let alone by the highest officers in the land. So the attribution of a persona non grata for even our own ambassador in the USA should have been confronted by the government of the day, in that we must come to a point of even the rejection of the USA, because we must admit that the USA to a certain degree needs the South African economy and the South African minerals more than we need it, because at the end of the day we do get a lot of rejected products from America, such as their chicken and so forth, things that they don't ordinarily use that we can do on our own. However, they do require our minerals to ensure that there's economic activity on the other end, So it's a bilateral engagement that is required, and mutual respect that must always be upheld. But one thing for sure, we'll never be bullied. We're not cowards. Unlike the government of the day, the EFF will never allow a situation where the EFF or the organization, and even worse, the country itself, gets undermined by a useless man such as Donald Trump.
And then Ibrahim raised a concern on the issue of color. And then now Donald Trump is nominating. All I want to know is that, are you happy with that nomination? What do you think?
We can never be happy with any representation of the USA. They're imperialist by nature. It does not matter who they represent the USA. Subsequently, they represent the Israelites.
Okay, no, thanks.